Hello and welcome to the channel, everybody. In this video, I'm going to show you how we can download, install, and start Cisco Packet Tracer, one of the best tools for CCNA level studies. Of course, if you want to go for CCNP level or CCIE level, this is not going to be enough. You need to go with more professional simulators, such as, for example, EvenG, GNS3 or PNet Lab or Cisco CML. And working with real gear, of course, is going to be the best option for every level. But here, as a matter of fact, this is going to be super lightweight. You can just have it on your laptop everywhere. You can open it. There are very nice tools on that, such as visualization of the packets, stuff like that. You can just work with them. Okay, where you download this is going to be NetAcad, which is a short for Cisco Networking Academy. So you can just go to this website. If you cannot find this, you can just type where to download Cisco Packet Tracer. You can see that AI tells me the exact address for that. You can just go for there and then start downloading this. You can see that the links for download for Mac OS, Ubuntu, and also Windows are here, but you cannot really use them unless you have logged in. So what you need to do is to have a login in this page. And after that, when you start Packet Tracer, you have to log in using the same credentials, of course, in there. So I'm just going to click on login in here. And this is going to take you to the login page, and I'm just going to put information in there. For me, this is saved, so you can click on login. And it's going to ask for password. Password is auto-filled for me, but you can type it in, and then this is going to take you back to the page so that you can download what you want to. So now that I have logged in, I will be able to download directly. So what I need to do is to go to the link, and then I'm just going to click on here. This is Windows version, but of course, there is the same procedure for Mac OS or Ubuntu, and it'll start something like 287 megs for this. I'm just going to start the download and wait for this to finish. Okay, my download is finished, and here are the steps after the download. It says that first of all, launch Packet Tracer install program. Then you're going to start the Packet Tracer itself after installation. Then you're going to click on skills for AI green button to authenticate, and all green buttons. I thought this is AI, sorry. And then the Cisco Packet Tracer will launch and you're ready to explore the features. Okay, let's just start with this. I'm just going to click on open the Packet Tracer installation, and then I'm going to accept it. Click on next, and I'm just going to change the place on the disk that this is going to be installed. For me, that's okay, but if you want to, you can just change it. I'm just going to click on next, and then this is the program name. You can change it, and then I'm just going to accept the default and go to install. The installation is not so long, something like a minute or so, and after that we can start the program itself. So I'm just waiting for this to finish. And after it's starting, this is going to ask me for authentication. The same username and password that you have used for this website. If you don't have that, you can just create an account in here. It is free, and you don't have to, provide a lot of information. Just username and password, and after that, you're going to be good to go. So, okay, it says that I can launch it as soon as I finish, and I want to. So I'm just going to start the program. Would you like to run multi-user when application starts? That's okay, no problem. Although I am a single user, but we can have multi-user feature. Okay, here I'm just going to click on login, but before that you can see that there is a China and worldwide login server. I'm just going to select worldwide. For Chinese people, of course, you have to go with China. With the advanced setting, you can select to use internal web browser, which I'm going to, or you can just go with let's say the default browser in your system. In that case, of course, you're going to be redirected after you have logged in. I can see that the proxy says you can select proxy, or you can auto detect, which I'm going to auto detect here. Keep it like this. So I'm just going to click on here, and also I'm just going to keep this logged in for 3 months. I don't have to enter my credentials anytime that I want to log in. So here I need to go with my account. Okay, it this. And also I'm just going to click on login. After that, the password, click on login. And then you can see the authentication is done and I am back to here. So Packet Tracer opens. As you can see, there are multiple parts in here, but the most important part is going to be down here. If I just show you, I'm just going to highlight this. You can see that this red part that you can see here shows you how you can select your devices, add to your environment to create your topology. This is the environment that you just create your topology in here. And then you have some devices here, whichever you select. In this section, you're going to see more options from them. For example, if you select a router, you can see different types of routers that you can add to here. And also you can see that there is a part here that you can select the name of the scenario that you are working on. And also you can create new scenarios or delete the scenarios, stuff like that. Everything should be done from here. You can see that the icons are very small. And of course, if I select, I'm just going to select something like switches here. You can see that if I hover my mouse over that, there's a little text box up here, very small, of course, on the bottom left, that shows me that this is a switch. I'm going to click on this, and you can see that on this box, there are different types of switches. And I can add some of them to my environment. For example, I'm just going to select a 2960 and drop it in here. You can see that the name is appearing in here. If you want to, you can increase the size of this. It is just zooming. It is not the actual size. Just by clicking on this zoom button here, you can see that this is going to become a little bigger. But like I said, this is just zooming into the topology. And of course, you can just zoom out, and also there is zoom to fit here. And also, if you click on this, this dialog box is going to open for you. There are different tabs. For example, the configuration. You can select the configuration of the devices right from here. But most of the time, of course, you are not going to do this. For example, you can select the display name. In this case, this says switch 0. I'm just going to change it to SW1, for example. I'm just going to click on here. For SW1, and this is going to change the name to SW1 as soon as I save all the configuration. There is no save button actually in here, but anyway, you can see that there is a save button in this part that you can just click on here for the configuration to take effect. And this one, this is host name. This is the actual host name that appears in the CLI. I'm just going to change it through the CLI itself. You can see that the CLI is very, very small, and you might have some problem reading the text in here. You can just change the text size. On the top, you can see that there is an options button here. You can click on that. There is a preferences. You can go to there. And in preferences, there's a fonts page in here. You can select to have a bigger size for different items. For example, for the application itself, because you can see that everything in the application is very small, but you can just increase the size in here. And then whatever you do, you can click on this apply button down here. You can click on apply, and this is going to change the text for you. This is going to be more readable. Also for CLI, this is very important. I'm just going to increase it to something like 12. And also for tooltips, let's say 10 is going to be okay. You can just change the colors and stuff like that, but I'm not going to do anything about that. So I'm going to click on apply, and then I'm going to close this. Now, if I go back to the window that I had opened, I can click on here. You can see that everything is more readable, easier to read, specifically this text is for the configuration, which you can use it from here, or you can just click on this CLI tab in here, which is going to give you the full configuration here. Okay, so I'm just going to click on this X to close this, but I'm just going to add more devices. So let's say that I'm going to add another 2960 down here. This one is going to be SW2, so I just click on that, go to config. It says that devices is still booting. That's okay. You can see that the boot up is in process in the CLI. Just going to click on this. I'm just going to change this to SW2, which is okay. And I'm going to say, I can say save, but this is saving to the configuration, not to the actual device. I'm just going to close this. The name has changed. Then I'm going to add 2 more switches. Let's say, for example, what type of switches I'm just going to add. Let's say a 3560. These are layer 3 switches. I'm just going to add 1 to here and another 1 to here. So I'm just going to click on this. This one is going to be, let's say, on the config, I'm just going to wait for this to come up completely and then go to config. And I'm just going to say this is, let's say for distribution. So I'm just going to say SWD1 and then close this. And this one, click on that. I'm just going to change the name to SWD2, which is distribution switch 2. And then just close this. Okay, now that I have done this, I need to connect them to each other. So for connections, you can just select this icon here that says connections, like lightning. You click on that, and the types of connections are different. You need to use the correct connections in here. So in this case, for example, you have automatic connection, which is going to be the first one, which is easier. Or you can go for console connection, copper straight through connection. In case, for example, you are connecting different devices, you need to go with a straight through. Or you can go with crossover, which is for similar devices. In my case, for example, like this, I'm just going to use this type. But of course, like I said, the easier one is going to be selection of this lightning. So I'm just going to click on this one and then select one of the ports. Let's say, for example, 01. And then click on this one and select 01 in this case. I'm just going to go select it again and then click on this again, 01, click on this 01. And then I'm just going to add links between these. So I'm just going to go to here and then let's say that, for example, this is going to click on 02, click 02. You can see that only the available ports are going to appear in here. Then I'm going to select this one, click on 03 to 03, and also this one 03 to 03. Okay, now that we have done this, we can just arrange them. You can just select them and then arrange them based on what you want to. So I'm just going to go to here, and then everything is all right. Now that I have done this, I can open console for all of them. I can just select, for example, this one, and it's going to open here. Then I'm just going to have the other one. This is going to open here. I'm just going to click on CLI to see the CLI. And this is switch 2. You can see it's based on the icon. Also, the other one is switch 1. Just going to move this here, and then I start configuring. For example, I want to go to configuration mode. And then I'm just going to say host name is going to be SW1. Then I'm just going to say end, and then just going to say WR. You can see that the configuration is saved. So this is quite fast, very easy to work with, and there are lots of features you need to investigate. I just wanted to show you how you can install and start this and have a topology in here. I hope this video has been informative for you. Please hit that like and subscribe button and also the bell button so that you are going to get notified whenever there is a new video for you. Hope to see you in the other videos, and bye for now.